Welcome to the 1878 FM podcast. I think it's episode 12. There you go.
It is 12. I checked before.
Yeah. See, Dave's all over it.
Dave's checked the Radio Times.
Dave's got it. It's sorted. It's in. It's in there.
Do people still buy the Christmas Radio Times just because it's tradition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it in our house.
No, hang on. Sorry. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
I buy the Wish version of the Radio Times. The Radio Times like $4.99, but you can get like a TV guide for like £1. So that's the one where you get a thing.
I think it's important because over the festive period, I like to look ahead to highlights which are perhaps beyond where one would normally look to, as in like tomorrow or Saturday. And then you kind of go, look, but on the 27th, they're showing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation again.
Classic.
You know, it's things like that. And this is what you get from the seasonal edition of the Radio Times, Peter.
Very true. Very true. No, I think we still get it in our house. But
there you go.
It's one of the joys of Christmas, isn't it? Sitting there and circling the bits you want to watch. That's the best bit, isn't it?
Do you go for the circle? I've done the star thing. I've gone with the star. Of like, you know, when you see things, I must record that.
Actually, yeah, I'm a star at the side kind of person.
Star at the side.
Yeah.
But do you remember the days when? Do you remember when, you know, back in the early days of VCRs where you put in like a code number to record stuff?
Oh yeah, wasn't it called Video Plus or something?
Video Plus, yeah. It's come such a long way. Like, I don't know if you're Sky, I think like with Sky or whatever, we get loads of stuff weirdly recorded that you've got no intention. If you've got Peppa Pig on there, for example, our middle daughter loves Peppa Pig. It just starts recording it at all times of the day. Like I think 95% of our hard drive was full of Peppa Pig.
It just thinks you want to watch it.
That's definitely what 95% of my hard drive.
Yours was taken away, wasn't it, Ped?
If it's like Instagram, send them over.
I thought it was due back in a couple of weeks.
He's opening it back for
poly
the
bag,
first.
wasn't it?
It's in the wash.
Hey, listen. Before we go down a potentially difficult subject area, I would suggest that we need to address the I was going to say the rabbit in the room. It's not the rabbit in the room, the elephant in the room, which is the fact that Ped looks different.
He does look different.
He looks different. Now, I know what you're thinking, viewers.
Yes.
Why does Ped look different? He does look different. He maybe looks a bit younger.
That's
because he has removed his facial hair.
You said before there was no bush when we first come on, does it? And you know, now you've got no bush in your face.
It's because I'm going away next week, and I just thought it was getting a bit like Roy Keane-ish. It was getting scraggly, pubish. So I thought I'd just get it right down, get it down to the base level, and then let it build back.
What was your process then, Ped? What did you do? Like you use clippers to get it down, then wet shave?
No, it's not clean shaven. It just looks like that because I'm ginger.
Designer stubble. He's gone full George Michael.
Yeah, it's because I'm ginger. See, me and the other fella from FIFA. I know where he's coming from. Today, I feel like shaving.
Oh, okay. You and Mr. Infantry.
Yeah.
So redheads have got to stick together, haven't they?
So I thought I'd take it right down while there's nothing going on, and then let it grow out again for when I go away next week.
Listen, you've thought about it. I like that strategic plan. You don't really do that, so I'm impressed.
No,
you are very much get up. What's happening? I'll do that. So I'm impressed.
Well, that time to kill, I got off for the match, so you know what I mean. Having those extra hours in the day.
I text like our group about the penalty not being given, and Ped replied, and it was only like 10:20. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I could not believe it, honestly. But there you go.
So there you go.
But
I don't like it, but I can't wait for it to grow. But
it's not going to take long, mate.
Needs more.
Be ready, won't it, by the time?
Yeah, by the time
you've timed that. You've done that thing.
Timed it perfectly.
Just timed to go into it, so it's all good. Anyway, boys, have we been since last week?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, fairly average. Still finding the World Cup strange and weird to get my head around it. I haven't seen a huge amount of it, I'll be honest with you, because I've been so busy working. But I did watch the England game, obviously, and I watched half of the USA-Wales game, and I've just multitasked by recording a podcast for NetMums while also watching Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, which is what you have to do in the modern world.
Of course you do.
Can I just say, it was good to watch the Argentina game because that was a proper crowd atmosphere that we've been waiting for, because it sounded like Soccer Aid up until this point. The stadium atmosphere is really weird. You expect Ollie Murs to come on at half-time.
Robbie Williams' mate.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Wilkes. Johnny Wilkes.
Well, that's all he is. He's not. He's just Robbie Williams' mate.
Well, he does a bit more.
Does he?
No.
Doesn't do anything.
Not anymore.
Seems like a nice lad.
I've done the Rocky Horror Picture Show on stage with Jonathan Wilkes at the Bristol Hippodrome.
Whoa. Hang on. How did we not know this before? You've done the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I just did a walk-on bit with the radio show that I was doing down in Bristol, and we went on in the garb that they wear, and it was us three and Jonathan Wilkes on stage.
Definitely
all in negligees and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
The bush had been trimmed that day.
Definitely a lack of bush. I mean,
Jonathan Wilkes does like wearing suzzie, because so does Robbie. So how did you feel putting the basket suspenders on, Mr. Bush?
Oh, it didn't look good. It wasn't a pretty sight.
Okay.
And of course,
wasn't a pretty sight.
And of course, Jonathan Wilkes was released by Everton as a youngster.
As a kid.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's not.
There is a story, and I can't tell it, of how he got an extra year at Everton, but I can't tell it. I just simply can't.
You're throwing that out.
And that's, but I'm
not only the viewers and listeners.
Hang on, Ped. What if we here now promise to never say anything about
Honestly,
it? Then we can just say it really quietly, and then as long as it doesn't get out anywhere.
I'd get into a lot of trouble.
All right,
give us one word that's to do with the story.
Football.
Like a keyword.
No,
yeah, keyword.
I can't even do that.
Don't.
There's nothing I can say.
No, move on.
There's nothing I can say, honestly.
Listen, let's talk.
I'll tell you later.
Look at that, Ped. New look, new discretion.
Unlike Ped, very unlike Ped.
Sounds like an aftershave.
Don't it?
Ped for men.
The voiceover.
New Ped.
The voiceover. We'll come back to the World Cup in a minute, but obviously there is no Premier League, thankfully. Thank God.
Thank God for that.
But Everton did win a trophy at the weekend.
They
did.
There's no evidence.
Sydney Super Cup.
No, there's no evidence.
They beat Celtic 4-2 on penalties. I did crazily get up at stupid o'clock to watch it.
Is that the first trophy since 1995?
No, we've won lots of trophies.
No, we
won the Florida Cup.
Yeah, we won the Florida Cup. We won a
Sorry, I was
cup
forgetting about that major.
I was totally unaware of this. I'll be honest with you. I didn't realise we were doing this whole Australian tour thing. Which is my bad. What kind of team was he putting out then? What did the team look like?
It was Begovic in goal, obviously, because Pickford's at the World Cup. It was Patterson and Michalenko, the full-backs. He had 3 centre-backs, which was Mina, Tarkovsky and Michael Keane. And then in midfield, he had 2, which was Decore and Isaac Price, who was very good, actually. And then a front 3 of Anthony Gordon, Neil Maupay and Damari Gray.
Is he trying a new kind of formation?
I hope not, because they were terrible. No. So I hope not. And Celtic, I think, had 4 missing from their normal team.
So we went 10,000 miles to play 10 men behind the ball.
I said this to you yesterday, that, and we will keep this very brief, but the thing Everton did do, they were they decided to just play triangles on the edge of our box, and then it ends up, because they pressed really well, Celtic, we ended up just hoofing it up to Maupay, who couldn't keep the ball anyway. So it was just like, we were just giving the ball away. When we did get it down and play, we went through them like a knife through butter, but we ended the game with no shots on target, even in a friendly.
Jesus.
We're crap, aren't we? Let's be honest.
We haven't got any clue once we get towards the final.
I think we just have to stop going, if we do this, if we do that. I think we just have to make a declaration that we're crap and just get on with things.
We've all said for weeks we've got to buy in January, and it's as simple as that. Nothing will change. It's as simple as that.
No, but as long as everyone had a good time.
But Everton won. So
do you know how I first found out about this tournament? This is honest truth. It was the other day, and I was after a number for Aaron Lennon. Right, or some kind of contact details for Aaron Lennon, because we wanted to do a thing on the EFL podcast about the fact that he retired last week. And I thought, right, who might know? So I tried to call, no answer. Tried to call again, no answer. Then tried to text Darren Griffiths, obviously Everton's media and press guy. And he came back to me saying that it's 2:30 in the morning and he just got up to have a pee.
I'm in Australia, Dave.
I'm in Australia, so do you want to stop mithering me about Aaron Lennon's number, which, by the way, I don't have anyway. Thank you very much. But at that point, I obviously realised the importance of it.
That's it. Have you got Aaron Lennon's number now?
No, I haven't. I've had to switch my tack, unfortunately. Unless Aaron's listening to this, maybe we could do something with him. But at this moment in time, I've had to switch my tack to somebody else.
Okay, fair play. So Everton scored 4 penalties, but it was very Everton-like, 0-0, no shots on target. Went to penalties. They missed their first 2. Everton raced into a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
They scored their pen, and it came down to Stanley Mills was taking the pen to win it for Everton, and he missed.
Oh, right.
And then Celtic scored their penalty. So from 3-0, all of a sudden it was 3-2. And it's that Anthony Gordon steps up, obviously, and he took his penalty really well, sent the keeper the wrong way. But I was thinking, imagine if he misses and then all of a sudden it's 3-3.
Yeah.
3-0, very Everton like, but they won it. And they play again on tomorrow morning, isn't it?
I don't care.
At time of recording. It is Wednesday morning at 8:45.
I've never cared less about anything.
No, I know you haven't. I'm just putting it out there for people who do.
Was Calvert-Lewin anywhere? I saw a razor blade advert for him during one of the games.
He'd done a modelling shoot, I think, or he put the other day, Friday or Saturday, there was his own modelling shoot that he'd done himself.
Sure, that went down well.
But he's not going to go. But he's injured, so there was,
Well, that's okay then, isn't it? I mean, at least if he's injured, then it's okay.
I'll accept it if he's injured.
If he wasn't injured and he was spending his focus time doing that would be a bad thing, and that would be a distraction. But at least he's injured, so we don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it.
We leave him there. Right, that's enough, Everton. Forget about that. So back to the World Cup, which has obviously had its couple of days. We're recording this just after Argentina have been beaten by Saudi Arabia, which has been the shock so far.
In the gap between Denmark, Tunisia, let me point out.
Denmark and Tunisia doing a live watch on
the big game. The big game.
It is a huge game. But I mean, Andy alluded to it there. There's something you said yesterday as well, is that because of that atmosphere hasn't quite got going. That one was very good.
Yeah,
that was good, Argentina. But it's been a little bit. See, the games themselves, I thought Wales and America game last night, United States game last night was really good. I thought United States I thought they were the better side, really.
I agree. I think they're the thing that we have to worry about the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And our mate, good old Tim Ream, what a stupid challenge from their point of view on Gareth Bale.
He's a rubbish player.
But what was the need for
Said
it?
it for years.
Bale's got his back to goal, the ball's running across him, going to the edge of the box. Why are defenders doing that?
I don't know.
I want you to tell me.
I'll be honest, I don't really care. I think we're talking far too much football.
Join us for more analysis after the break.
Let's forget Ped.
I feel like since Ped's got rid of his beard, his footballing powers have gone.
Also, I tell you what else has gone. He has literally shaved off his tolerance.
Yes.
Don't you think? I mean, he was always a fairly intolerant man before, but now, I mean, obviously a lot of his tolerance was kept in his facial hair.
He's reminding me of Roy Keane this morning. Half time this morning. This is it. There's no reason for. No one said anything to Keane.
Yeah.
Half time, Laura Woods, who, I mean, I wouldn't say anything bad to Laura Woods. She's there, asks him about the penalty. Just gets a copper.
Good.
It's not a pen. It's not a pen.
No.
And Laura Woods is going, I know, but the directive is this. It's not a pen. And then Graham Souness, who actually, in this occasion, made some sense, which is very rare, was saying, no, but the directives are, this is why it's a pen. And he just had a copper.
I'll be honest, I think it's I don't think there's much point in talking about getting into the nitty-gritty of this World Cup, because it just goes too quick. It moves too fast. By the time people are listening to this, this is all ancient history.
About Tim Ream.
He's crap, I told you, he's crap. He's always been crap.
We won't be drawn on Tim.
No, we won't be drawn on Tim Ream.
Well, I think you just gave an opinion.
I think I'd say
he's crap.
He's crap.
But have you enjoyed it so far, boys?
Yeah, I mean, what little I've seen.
It's been good. It's been all right. I'm fascinated by the extra time that's been added onto it.
Well, it's 78 minutes now of extra time in the game, and there's been, I think that was the 5th game.
Yeah,
there's been 78 minutes.
Dude, is this them cracking down? Is this what actual? If you were to properly accommodate for time wasting, that's if you properly do time wasting and hold the clock for it. Yeah. That's just how bad time wasting is in games.
But I think by the time the next World Cup comes around, I think we won't have 90 minutes anymore. I think we'll have a proper countdown clock and all that.
Do you think we'll ever get to the stage where when the ball goes out,
no, I think we'll have a clock. I think we'll have a proper clock like NFL.
And that'll be,
we
will play 90 minutes
play
of
90 minutes and none of this, we won't have to worry. And I think that's what we've basically got. We're getting real time. And
we said yesterday...
It's just that mad that they don't tell you, though.
Yeah, you don't
like the first couple of games, you're like, where's all this time come from?
We were watching the England game yesterday, and obviously there was 14 minutes stoppage time at the end of the first half. The goalkeeper had obviously had a concussion, and we were saying, shouldn't in situations like that, shouldn't you be able to take your goalkeeper off for like 10 minutes or so?
What, to assess him?
And assess him. So it's not a proper substitute, but you bring your other goalie on, and you have at least 10 minutes with the goalkeeper, with the doctor. Who can do it all, and then that would have saved 10 minutes on the pitch, stoppage time, but also would have assessed the goal.
But hang on, but that whole situation though, Baz, was ridiculous. The risk of kind of going from the comedic to the serious, but it was a bit like the whole point is that medical teams are supposed to be there to make a judgment call on somebody's health. By the way, because that particular person is not in a fit state to determine whether they are or they're not able to continue with the game because of a serious head injury.
Yeah.
What the hell were they doing?
Well, it seemed that the captain... The captain guy for Iran seemed to be kind of running the show a little bit there in terms of, no, you stay, you'll be fine, and you can stay on and all that kind of stuff. I felt bad for the other goalie. Like, this is almost like they didn't want him to come on.
Yeah. Well, there was that shot
there was evidence of
Carlos Queiroz, the Iran manager, with his head in his hands. Looking at the other one as if to go, oh my God, look who I've got.
No, there's another one there. There was actually one in the Argentina game, wasn't it? Just towards the end. They're a really, really bad one. And the ref played on. Football's got this all wrong. Yeah. They've got it all wrong. Like Dave was saying there, like if it was like boxing, you wouldn't let the corner tell you if the fella was all right.
Circling that back to Everton, if you want. We had that with Tarkovsky for the Bournemouth second goal. He's gone down with a head injury.
You're straying into talking about Everton. Sorry, come on, stop that.
You nearly did the B word there.
This is a relaxing period.
Let's move on. It's all right. I'm quite enjoying it. I'll be honest.
I think. Listen, it's. I think the whole thing is all just shrouded in a lot of just weirdness. I heard someone this morning talking about like a proper journalist, not a football journalist, saying like Qatar are properly like saying like they shouldn't have got it now. There's like for years and years they were like this quiet little country that were bobbing along, loads of money, no issues, just doing what they wanted, and now suddenly the whole world's looking at them just like booing them basically, and they were like, well, why did we bother? We could have done all this without having a World Cup where people start saying things about us. I just think it's all very there's loads of weirdness. We talked about this yesterday. It's like the stuff with the rainbow flag.
I seen Alex Scott getting some stick yesterday though, because
that's FIFA though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say, Dave. It's like today Belgium have been told they've got to remove the word love from their inside their shirts. It's like, when did these things become bad slogans? When did a heart saying one love or whatever become a bad slogan? And why would you be bothered? If you were Qatar, you'd just be like Russia 4 years ago, one of the worst countries on earth, a country that had already invaded, like, and annexed Crimea. And for 4 weeks they were like, this is the best place on earth. You can do what you want. You can have the time of your life. Don't worry about it.
No, there won't be any trouble.
There won't be any trouble. We'll make sure. Why are Qatar just going, everything's sound, don't worry about it, do what you want, lads.
The minute you pack up,
then we're all going back to normal like everything does. But it's weird the way they're shining spotlights on themselves. It's very strange that. But
I'll tell you the other weird thing as well is them announcing yellow cards on the guy with the speaker. That's just not right either, is it? Don't get involved with that. No, you don't need to announce the yellow cards.
Yeah, we can see it. We've seen the lad get booked. Don't tell us. You don't need to know.
It's very artificial.
What occurred to me yesterday at some point is that what are they going to do with these 8 stadiums that they've built, which each hold about 80,000 or something? What on earth are they going to do with them?
Well, apparently, the stadium in the game that we played in, I think, or the game that did the opening game. I think they're taking the top tier off it and reducing the capacity.
And the other one, there's one made with shipping containers, which is just getting dismantled after it.
Okay.
So that's getting, and that stuff will be distributed elsewhere. So
isn't it mad though? That apparently all the stadiums are within 45 minutes of each other or something like that, which is just.
Could we not cut some of our costs for Bramley Moor Dock by actually taking some of the seating and maybe some of the structural elements?
Like when you buy someone on Facebook Marketplace, we'll go over there with a van.
Yeah, sort of pre-owned, but in sort of refurbished in good nick and everything.
Only used 3 times.
Yeah, just seems a waste, doesn't it?
It does seem a waste. But we've done this week about the World Cup of legacies and places like South Africa that are huge grounds that
they've got that much money. It doesn't matter.
They're not bothered.
And that's what's scary about the whole thing, isn't it? That they've got that much money that none of this actually matters.
Did you see?
Where's going to get the next one though? Because obviously we've had Russia, boo hiss pantomime villain. Qatar, boo hiss pantomime villain. Of North Korea throwing the hat in the ring for the next one.
Should, America,
shouldn't they?
America has got the next one.
Canada, Mexico have got the next one.
So it's the 2030 one, which will be
good guys, bad guys. Good guys, bad guys.
Could be. Quite
No, but
possibly. I mean,
America, Canada, and Mexico's got all the good, the bad, and the ugly, haven't they? Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know,
They've got the whole stuff.
and it's up to you to
Maybe
decipher. Well, no, it's up
maybe
to
Clint Eastwood will do the opening.
it's up
then.
to the people to decide. Well, Morgan Freeman done the opening for this, but BBC didn't show it. So I don't know what's going on.
Let's move away from that as well. So there you go. It's underway. I'm enjoying it, and we'll see what's what.
It's just not Everton. So what is there not to enjoy?
It's football without pressure, isn't it? Which was very enjoyable.
I've had a couple of thoughts during this break from Everton where maybe it's just time to knock it all on the head.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to go back? I don't know if I want to go back. I've got a little glimpse of freedom from it.
It is.
My Saturdays are fine. I don't have to go for a walk around the block because I've got so angry or been swearing at the telly and told off by Katie.
Yeah.
Maybe we just leave it.
Maybe. Just get some other
Like the Avatar franchise, you know what I mean? The first one was fine. We don't need to go back for another 3 films. Just leave it where it was. Or like, you know, Lethal Weapon. The first 2 were fine. We've got them. They're safe.
We've got
but
them.
we don't need
them
the other ones.
No.
I mean, the second one in particular is one of the greatest filmic moments of all time.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, diplomatic community. I'll get you rigs.
Poor Patsy Kenzie ended up dead.
Patsy.
Didn't see that coming.
No, you didn't. And the little dog who came through the hole.
Yes. Long as the dog survived.
The dog's all right.
You know,
the dog.
By the way, for those that haven't seen that sounded a little bit weird coming straight off the back of the Pat Kensit chat. What we meant is that in the beach house there is a secret way of getting in and out through the floor, which the dog utilised when the helicopters come over with the bad guys from South Africa.
Classic dog.
Absolutely. One of the only films that had the bad guys as South Africans.
Yeah.
You know, in that period, it was normally, you know, bad guys from South America or bad guys from maybe the Middle East. Well, they went there. Fair play to them. Fair play.
That's what happened.
Before we go with that.
No, let's move it on. I mean, last week, I was thinking about the things that were unexplained. You know, Dave's 3. One of them 3D printed.
Oh, the big 3, the Holy Trilogy.
And one that I've always thought, and it kind of comes off the back of a 3D printer, but going back a number of years when technology...
Anything can come off the back of a 3D printer.
It can now, it can.
Quite literally.
And I understand how 3D printers kind of are able to recreate... If they've got the schematics of something, they're able to recreate it. I kind of understand it in a way. But one thing I've never been able to understand...
Is fax machines.
Yes,
I knew what you were going to say.
You knew it, because we've said... And I want to hear the lads on this. Now, I could draw a very simplistic picture of the 4 of us on our screen and put it in a fax machine and send it to Dave and Andy, and they would get my drawing that has gone electronically and being reproduced at the other end. And these have been around for years, and I still just think, how can you take my drawing and put it in Dave and Andy's
Was it not a digital code? Was it not? Or actually, no, it was pre-digital, wasn't it? A fax machine.
I'm not sure. I mean, anything like that, printer, you know, all other technologies got kind of smaller, quicker, faster, better, apart from printers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Printers dragging their heels.
Yeah.
You get the printer whisperer. If you work in an office, there's that one bloke or woman who comes out with like a chamois leather and
knows how
talks
to work it.
Knows how to work it.
Maybe
I mean, it's
printers
just
won't
weird.
be
It's
moved,
like
will they?
I blame
they won't be moved.
I blame the size of paper.
No, but printers, you think that, like Andy said, things have got
That's a good
quicker.
point.
You know, phones are basically a telly and a computer in that. Printers are just like, lad, we're this big and we're this slow.
What do you want them to do?
I want them to be.
I know, but they're always breaking down,
break
or
down.
like jamming left, right, and centre. I think printers are a disgrace and have not got better over the years.
You know what? I agree. The amount I've taken to the tip to like the electronic bit, because you know, you get things.
How much printing do you people do?
No, but in the pattern, less now, isn't it? But when you have
print out your Instagram pictures,
everything, just printing everything. books of Instagram pages.
I have a question.
The rubbish, and you've got the ink. Where's that ink? That ink's not economical, is it?
No.
The ink's like, lad, if you're printing those 2 pages out, you're using me, and I'm now £48 a cartridge.
My dad's got a direct debit subscription, monthly subscription to ink.
Oh yeah, my sister's got one of those, and then you just pay a certain amount every month, and they always make sure that you're topped up. I have a question though, Ed, for you. What's your favourite size?
Of paper. You can't get away from A4, can you?
A4
It's just the classic, isn't it?
It is the classic, isn't it?
It is just
and I think it's what we're so used to. But you know, I
hate the fact that it gets the number of the A gets smaller, but the paper gets bigger, and I think it's the wrong way around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a lot wrong. There's a lot wrong with the print. If you're in the printing industry and you're listening to this podcast, put the word out. You need to get your house in order because it's a shambles.
It is a sham. I think that's the right word for it. It's shambolic. The printing industry is shambolic.
Absolutely shambolic.
It's a bit of a cartel, though, isn't it? See, this is the problem. Maybe what it is
cartel of cartels.
They're making it so hard for us to print at home that we have to go to those people.
Remember when there was a garage, 5p a copy? The garages.
You have blown my mind with this knowledge.
I remember garages would go print.
Can't we 3D print the paper with stuff already written on it?
That would be better.
Can
we 3D print a printer that works?
I don't know where to go with this conversation. It's actually terrifying.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But no, just the facts. I mean, anything else that you think we should be talking about?
I wonder how
why
they do
you
anything
don't understand.
Anything like that, though. How did, in the first place, did they do the old, on the ships, do the old Morse code and all that?
How did everyone know that? Some fellow, actually.
Oh, hang on. Listen. I've got the answer. I've got the answer on the fax machine. Right, here we go.
Go on.
A fax machine scans and encodes the content of the... You making notes, Bush? A fax machine scans and encodes the content of the document first before transmitting it to the receiving machine. The receiving machine will then decode the data sent. The telecopier, which is another word for a fax machine, then prints information on paper, marking the completion of the faxing process.
Okay, that's brilliant. That's the technical side of it. It's absolutely superb, but it still doesn't make me think if I just draw this stupid
Why
picture,
does it matter, though? Why does it matter?
No, I've just always been like, that's amazing.
It's a thing that we don't need to know about.
Okay.
It's just magic.
It's good to be curious, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of retro tech that I'd love to see make a comeback, and I'm very envious of like doctors or fire people. What about a pager? I'd love to have a pager.
I used to have a pager.
I used to have a pager.
I'd love to be paged.
I used to have a pager.
What were you
get
paged for, Dave?
Twice a week.
So when I first started working at Radio 1, I was in a technical capacity, right, which meant that I was important, which meant that if there was a studio issue, then I might get called in. And it was before the days that I had a mobile phone, so they gave me a pager, and I had a pager which I wore. It had like a clip, and I put it on my belt.
The waistband,
right? Yeah, absolutely. And if it buzzed, then I had to then ask somebody who may have been technologically advanced and had a mobile phone if I could borrow their phone, or if not, then I would use the one behind the bar in the pub.
I love that.
I mean, that is class.
On call for Radio.
On call.
On call, yeah.
Full
absolutely.
on call page.
24/7.
That was a great song by Sash as well, wasn't it?
On call. On call and what? Before we pressed record, Andy Buss just began even to not only tell us that occasionally he likes to put suspenders and a basque on and appear on stage in the Rocky Horror Show in Bristol
with members of Soccer Aid.
With Soccer Aid,
different times.
He also began to tell us a story about Jackie Chan, which we pressed pause, said Andy, keep that, because now, this was the area which we want to explain. So Andy, it's over to you with your best Jackie Chan story.
Well, we were talking about people being divas and having like riders or a lot of requirements before coming in.
Because you are the 1878 FM podcast diva. That was where this comes from.
That's what it is. I'm the Mariah Carey of this podcast. I believe we established before we press record. I was interviewing Jackie Chan for a movie thing that he was doing. And the day before we were due to do the interview, it was just me on my own, his security detail came in, who was like a guy in a suit who wanted to check all of the exits, wanted to inspect each and every single toilet and every single floor of One Golden Square where the radio station's based, before Jackie would then come in the next day and go and do the interview. Okay. So I don't know if he's worried about some kind of being bumped off or something like that, but he's very security conscious.
It is unusual though for somebody of all the people, Jackie Chan. I mean, if there was anybody who was gonna get himself out of a difficult
situation,
like building situation, if somebody attacked him or indeed if there was some kind of hazard, he would get out of there, I think, before most people.
But that's the point.
He's Jackie Chan, isn't he?
But that's the point, isn't it? He needs to know where all those exits are so he can do all that kind of stuff, so he can flip himself onto the roof.
I've seen him. He's done all his. He's broke his leg doing films, his own stunts. He's done his own. He's climbed down buildings.
Nicest man in the world as well. Really lovely guy.
Is he?
My only question,
isn't he very small?
Before we go back to the interview, Andy, is it's all very well checking everywhere the day before. If I'm going to do something to Jackie Chan, it'd be on the day, surely.
Well, that guy's obviously had a look at, mapped it all in his head, and he's obviously gone back to Jackie and then just kind of gone through it with him in the canteen.
Okay.
And then, right, pick it up tomorrow at 9, we'll do the interview.
We'll do it. Fair enough. So was he so he was a nice fella?
Lovely, lovely, lovely man. Lovely
What
chap.
were you interviewing him for?
I can't remember what the movie was.
That's what he said.
Literally can't remember. A lot of the times when you have someone that's supposed to be a bit of a nightmare, it's the people around them, not the person themselves.
Yeah, always.
I would say.
Always.
I'm going to say he was there for around the world in 80 days. I'm just throwing that out
I'm going
there.
to say rush hour.
No.
I'm just throwing it out there.
You're putting years on Bush there.
Rush hour.
I have a weird relationship with the movie thing because I did like some of the interviews for one of the Marvel films, and again I can't remember which one it was, and they used my quote on the poster, which was incorrect, had incorrect canon on it, and they set up a Facebook page slagging off how stupid I was because it was the wrong, like Marvel's got different worlds and all that kind of thing. Apparently my quote was so incorrect that it caused quite a lot of heat in the world of fans.
But why would they put it on the poster then?
That's their fault, isn't it? Their fault. I didn't know. I haven't got a clue.
Hang on. Doesn't this just go back to what we were saying about the printing industry?
Yeah.
Absolute shambles.
Full circle.
Bush said
Shambles.
one thing, and the posters decided to print something else. Shambolic.
Can I ask a question that may show my ignorance? But what does the phrase "incorrect canon" mean?
Well, it's I said it was the something of the Marvel universe or something like that. I can't remember what the exact quote was now, like canon is factually correct within a particular universe.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
this is more complicated than fact machines.
It is.
It's basically like so if you've got like Marvel, you've got Marvel films, haven't you? So you've got all the ones that are now, and then if you get like the X-Men ones,
that's a different
canon. Yeah.
Yes, that was the problem. I think
at first I thought we were talking about the
that's a different canon.
So did I. Yeah, incorrect canon. I thought it was like printer ink and stuff.
I was thinking if we got a 30 mil and Andy Bush had shot on a 50 mil.
It should be a 68 or something.
The Canon League. I don't know. Canon League trophy could have been anything.
Showing your age, no?
It could have been anything. Dave, I think you say there was we talked about at the time in the World Cup before, an extra to the main event. Didn't you say you had a Jackie Chan story as well?
Yeah, mine's possibly, and I'll warn you, mine's possibly not as good as Bush's story.
Okay.
But when
Bush's wasn't great. I'll be honest.
It wasn't great.
I thought there was more to Bush's.
We're here now. Well, you be the judge of
Go
this.
on then.
This was many years ago, and I was in Los Angeles, California. And I was away over there.
Clang. It's already better than my story. Cheers, Dave.
Away over there with work for a well-known national BBC pop music radio station.
Okay.
And we had a little bit of downtime. So my friend Dominic and I decided that we would go out and hire a car and just travel around Beverly Hills and stuff, as you do. And when you travel around, there are people in the really, really posh areas selling like a guide to where all the famous people live, right? Yes. Because it's literally littered with stars all around this place. So we thought we'd buy this guidebook, and that would be a good way to amuse ourselves for the day. So you go in there and you stick in your sat nav, and you take yourself off to. So we went to David Hasselhoff's house, right? And we spoke to his like, I don't know, maid or something like that through the intercom. And then we also went to Piers Brosnan's house, and she said that Piers wasn't in at the moment, but at least we knew that we had the right place. That was in Malibu. And we also went to Jackie Chan's house, right? But unfortunately, nobody answered at all at Jackie Chan's house. But we did actually stand outside his gates, and I can confirm that within the gates, he has a small fountain.
There you go.
Classic.
That reminds me of Rooney and Alan Stubbs in shell suits looking around North London.
It does,
just the same. Yeah, exactly the same. I would say.
Or those two guys. Did you see the two guys out in Qatar who ended up at the Sheikh's Palace with the lion?
Yeah.
I mean,
amazing.
The best thing about that was everyone was going, "Stop blacking, and all that." And then the next minute you just put the video of them in the Sheikh's Palace or the Prince's Palace, wherever he was.
But going back to what Dave was saying, I also once frequented LA.
Clang.
And I was just walking along, and suddenly Charlie Theron was on my left, and Emma Stone was on my right. Like,
and you were in the middle
at the same time, like literally.
Stuck
it
in the
was
middle
just mad. And there was suddenly there was an influx of all these famous people around me, and it was like the done thing, and people like this isn't a normal thing, I was like, well, There was like Andy Garcia, Diane Lane were over
why
the road.
were they there? Just bowling?
We were outside. We were just
saw them in Mega Bowl.
yeah.
They were at the pick and mix.
All right then. Not to be outdone then. We were in Southwold a couple of weekends ago, and Rick Wakeman was in there having a full English.
Oh, was he?
The place you...
How did he have his eggs?
Who? I think he had fried eggs.
Number one, the place you've just said, no one knows. I have no idea where that is.
Yeah, but and who's the person?
He plays keyboard for about 8 hours in
a band called Yes,
doing weird songs.
Okay,
he's like a wizard.
Yeah.
Okay,
you'll recognise him.
Prog rock from '70s.
And Countdown.
Yeah,
and Countdown.
Does a lot of like talking head stuff.
Does he?
Yeah,
okay,
or did.
I'll be honest, Andy. I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Go on, back to.
It's not exactly Charlie Theron, is it?
No.
We were outside one of the theatres that does like the nightly shows in America, and they were doing a feature on the NBA, and Charlie Theron was playing basketball.
Oh, actually,
and then over the road, Diane Lane, there was a special night for Diane Lane, and it was where they do the Oscars. But like literally just about 10 feet away, there's Emma Stone, Andy Garcia, and Diane Lane, because she was in The Godfather, and like loads and loads of actors.
Is she very tall, Charlize Theron?
She was, yeah. I think she was.
I mean, that would be good for the basketball, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
And who was the host? Jimmy Kimmel was there as well.
Kimmel.
And it was mad. It was just dead. It was surreal, just being stood there.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Just took me onto the thing. Did you see this? Did you see James Corden's latest?
No.
No. From last week, you don't have to get involved. Telling Ricky Gervais's joke. Telling it verbatim.
I saw that. That wasn't a smart move.
He's had a mare there, hasn't he? You'd at least change it up, wouldn't
he?
He
hasn't wrote it though, has he? He hasn't wrote the joke.
But I
know, but he hasn't wrote the joke. He doesn't write jokes.
Quite clearly, the person.
No, they've stitched them up.
Didn't write the joke either.
Stitched them up.
If they've done that
on purpose, the writers have definitely thrown him under the bus, I think. For sure.
They've done it before as well. They've done it before.
Makes a bit more sense.
They've done it twice. So that tells you how liked he is.
Baz, I feel like have you got a story of seeing someone famous? Because
me,
you're a little bit left out here. Obviously, I've got Rick Wakeman. The boys there have got.
I've seen people around. I don't really like to,
I've got Rick Wakeman.
I'll be honest, mine are more football based. I tend to not be impressed with famous people.
The most showbiz person, Baz, you've seen in the flesh, like doing something. Yeah, like the world of film or the big screen. You haven't got anything.
No, I've got nothing.
I think we were standing at a pub once in London, and the fella from MasterChef was standing next to us, Baz.
Yeah, I mean, Thingy in London.
Which one? What Marcus Waring?
Thingy stood on my foot.
Greg
Wallace
stood
on my foot at the bar.
Yeah.
Is he
we'll take that.
Classed that as someone,
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, it's one of these things, right, where we'll finish this and I'll go, oh my God, I saw blah. But
Steven Spielberg at the Keel Services.
I don't want to sound like a major clang, but I saw Charlize Theron as it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but Dave, you move in these circles though.
No, I don't.
This is where EFL podcasts get you.
See Will Carling in London in Sainsbury's. Was that when
was that during the Diana years?
Yes, it was. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I pulled back a little bit.
Oh no, hang on. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a well-known fact, isn't it? The fact that him and
they were friends.
Diana?
Yeah, they were friends.
Well, they were certainly special friends.
They were special friends.
Wasn't he slotting it though?
He was slotting it. It was round the corner from the Chelsea Harbour Club where they both frequented regularly.
Chelsea's a harbour.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, it's lovely actually. Chelsea Harbour's lovely.
Honest to God.
In fact, I've seen Big Phil Scolari when he was Chelsea manager in Chelsea Harbour.
Now we're talking, Baz. Now they're coming.
I said to you, mate, I've got football ones. Kaka. I spent some time with Kaka, who is one of the greatest footballers ever. So there you go.
Meet Mickey Mouse in Disneyland.
And I've met Mickey Mouse. Who's more famous than Mickey Mouse?
Exactly.
Oh, well, if we're going to go down that road, I met Ronald McDonald once at a drive-through in Derby.
Hang on, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair? When did you meet Ric Flair?
Ric Flair in MGM Studios. Dude. I've got a picture. Me and him, and he's huge.
Wow, Baz is singing like a canary now, having been quite reticent.
Mine are more sport. Mine are more sport. You're talking about film.
Yeah.
Mine are more sports related, aren't they?
Ric Flair's not sporty. I mean, I'm into me wrestling, but that ain't sport. Come on.
It's acting then. Are we classed them as an
sports
actor?
Entertainment.
It's an okay.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Go on.
Exhibit A.
Yeah.
What does that say on my phone?
I can't see that,
I don't know what you...
Steve Guttenberg.
Oh,
Steve Guttenberg's mobile phone number.
Steve Guttenberg from the Police Academy film.
That is quality.
I prefer them in Three Men and a Baby.
That is quality.
There you go.
That is...
I'm going to try and get the number of Wild T. Bobcat, the guy who used to make all the stupid noises, and try and outdo Dave.
He's in Police Academy 3, of course, and then followed on from that.
Hightower you want?
He's dead.
No, he would have
Is
been
he?
one you
Yeah,
want.
he died.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He was a big one.
Sad.
I like the dad and the son who just chin each other for no reason.
Is that got to be the worst
That was
collection
crazy.
of films ever? It was all
no,
like...
they were funny.
No,
I
but
loved
what I
them.
mean is, it was like, they were all like, none of them, apart from Steve Guttenberg, were in anything else.
No.
Like,
It was
they
very
were-
much...
maybe like soft porn down the road. No, but you know...
They very much like that franchise.
Tingo was in the one, wasn't she? Kim Cattrall was in one.
Kim
Liverpool's
yeah.
own Kim
Liverpool.
Cattrall.
Yeah, she was. She was.
She's had me 4 if I
Do you, when do you call Steve then, Dave? When do you,
Wednesday.
do you send him a text when you change phone?
Goots.
Hi guys, got a new number.
Yeah.
Use this one.
Keep this one, Steve.
I've not spoken to him for a while, actually.
Yeah.
You need to
Andrew.
get on the phone, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should send him a Christmas message.
Actually, he was in Cocoon as well, wasn't he?
He was.
There you go.
And 3 Men and a
Yeah.
Baby. I don't know if you just said
Three
that.
Men
And 3 Men and a Little Lady.
of course, as well.
Yeah.
Follow
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Which was partly filmed in England, of course.
What about...
Would Steve? Do you reckon you would be able to call Steve to get us? Would you do it? Would he do an endorsement of this podcast for us? or
get a
anything? Like
retweet off him.
Voice note.
Sorry,
I any reason why not?
When did you get that number?
I mean, it's a long time ago.
I think he might have changed his number.
He may have even. I mean, listen.
What- under what
if I wanted to be
circumstances?
if I wanted to be really daring, I could try and call him now.
No, don't.
Don't
Oh,
No, don't.
No, but I could do though, couldn't I?
You could.
Just
Under
to
what?
see if he-
Easily.
Sorry, but under what?
See if it rings once.
Under what
Hang on, hang on.
circumstances did you get Steve Guttenberg's
He's ringing
number?
Steve
Oh,
Guttenberg.
Hang on,
don't
hang
do
on,
it.
hang
Imagine
on.
he just picked up.
It'd be amazing.
Oh, no.
But I tell you what, listen, if he does pick up, right, then Ped, you got to talk to him.
No, I'm not talking
No,
to.
come on.
No,
Hi,
no,
Steve. Can we
sorry.
have an interview for
No.
the 1878
No.
FM podcast?
I-
Right, hang on.
No, I can't
Right,
do
listen,
that.
He's
I'm
ringing.
gonna do it. Hang on.
I can't even listen.
Shush. Oh, is that not connecting?
I wonder.
Hang on. Oh.
Oh.
I think I've done it wrong. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Is this going to work?
This is interesting.
If he's on there,
Just
if he's in LA, it's like
middle of the night.
middle of the night.
Dave's ringing him. He doesn't care. Dave doesn't care. Dave,
Oh, right. I'll have. Listen, I'll work on this for next week.
Okay,
Dave's
so
gone rogue
I
there.
just need to know, under
Crikey.
what circumstances did you get Steve Guttenberg's number?
Well, he came in on the radio show that I was working on at the time. I told him that I was a huge fan of his body of work. And
Police Academy and 3 Men and a Baby.
yeah,
Cocoon.
and I don't really know why he gave me his number, unless we were maybe planning to meet up in Los Angeles or somewhere, which we obviously
Maybe.
didn't do.
But there you go.
The plot thickens
It
there,
does,
Dave. It
there
really
is-
does.
I think Dave's been a bit cagey, but that's fine. I don't mind that.
No, honestly, I haven't got anything more to say on
All
the
right,
matter.
well, let's leave it.
That's fine.
Andy Bush,
Yeah.
I noticed you have checked out the Wayne Rooney interview. What did you
Fantastic.
make of it?
He's a lovely guy. Really lovely. I like him. I've always liked the way he talks, Wayne, and I wouldn't rule him out. Him being a manager of Everton Football Club at some point in the future, I think it'd be great to have a legend at the helm. One of our legends at the helm would be great. It's a great interview.
He's a good talker. Dave, I'm guessing you haven't watched it yet, so nice one.
Hey, no, not yet, because I was saving it for the
I know,
weekend.
I'm only I'm joking. I'm obviously
I
joking.
was saving it, there's certain things that you don't want to rush,
No.
and I want to save it, and I want to watch it properly.
Like ringing
in
Steve
Steve
Guttenberg.
my own
Guttenberg.
time.
And can we just commend the Rooney's look? I'm loving Rooney's look at the moment. He's got a kind of he looks like someone from like a steampunk film or something with like big shoulders and square jaw and that beard and
Beard, yeah.
he's like a really intimidating school bus driver and I'm loving every minute of it.
He is intimidating.
Yeah,
with that look.
You think so?
With the beard.
he looks like he's getting ready to be in a Guy Ritchie film.
I was gonna say. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah.
you
He
could
Definitely
see
looks
him.
like
If he
he's-
come in with a tweed flat cap on, I wouldn't have thought any different. He's, them shoulders are huge, by the way. He's just solid.
Yeah.
lad,
He's in India at the moment for the World Cup. And the irony is, he said he was going to India because no one would see it, and yet there's a clip that's gone viral of him. So there you go.
Can I just say as well, Ronaldo was such a prick
Yeah.
about Rooney wasn't he?
Just about everything in general.
Yeah,
I hate him. Shut up. It's so disrespectful. Do you know what I mean? I just think get lost.
He is.
And Rooney was really good at. People asked him about it, and he was, he didn't like jump in on Ronaldo. He just kept his dignity. But
I did like that we're both the same age and we both sit on the bench. I thought that was a great line from Rooney to just, without being too disrespectful too.
Wayne needs to put the factor 50 on Novi sitting on the bench in the sun.
Without a
shadow.
That's why he's got the cap
That's the
on.
difference, isn't
That's
it?
where the cap is.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
But you've got to be careful.
You
got it. He hasn't got the same skin as what Ronaldo has, but he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine, but Ronaldo is.
Portugal and Crockstuff, slightly different.
Different places, aren't they?
Different places.
Places at different time to express yourself.
Boys, I'm going to have to go and get this train. Do apologise.
I'll tell you why.
Going now.
Because there's a Uruguay-Denmark watch-along live that we are doing now.
Uruguay definitely not playing Denmark.
No, we have to play.
Tunisia.
Well, what?
Listen, I'm going to have to go and...
Isn't it? What? Isn't it Denmark, Tunisia?
Call Steve.
Denmark, Tunisia, sorry. Right,
I'm
listen,
call Steve
thank you very much, boys.
Yes.
Take care. See you later.
See you later, boys. Bye.
Bye.
What a mad episode.